You know, we don't use sexy voice. Chat. You forgot to tell everyone what tonight's episode is about.
I'll choose it every time.
But yeah, like I said, this is another episode of on Virtuous Optimist with her hairdo with Nicola Sedita. Like I said, I want to get to know your influences. So you primarily play guitar. Yep. But I do want you to share all the instruments that you play.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And your background.
Music is me.
Yeah.
Playing.
Yeah.
So yeah, been really picking up drums lately.
Okay.
Drums have been really my go-to, and I've just felt a lot more at peace with everything. Okay. Like when I drum, like it's just something about smacking something.
Yeah.
Like that just, like when you in it and you locked in, that's a beautiful feeling. So drums, bass, baby, I love some bass. I love some bass.
Yes, indeed.
I play a little mandolin. Can mess around on a ukulele. I can play some keys. In like a studio session. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna go pretend that I can go play keys live. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I haven't really practiced it, but I understand enough to where it's like, all right, well, okay, I can figure it out and like I can create my music. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So those are like, and trombone. Okay. I played bass trombone in high school, tuba. Okay. Yeah, and I think that's it. I'll do the oohs and the ahs. Okay. I ain't gonna front no band, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta work on that first. Yeah. But I'll do the oohs and the ahs for you.
What's the oohs and the ahs?
Just like harmonies. Okay. Or like...
on guitar?
No, vocally.
Oh, vocal. Yeah. Okay.
So, like, vocally, I'll do like the oohs and the ahs. I'll do some ambient stuff. Okay. I can follow a harmony, like, if you need me to, you know what I'm saying? Depending on, like, what it's doing.
Nice.
So
I always dig that when like the band is singing too. Yeah.
It's really special.
Yeah.
Because then everybody's vocal.
Yeah.
Because everybody can be vocal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody can play guitar. Not everybody can play keys. Right. So on and so on.
Yep.
But it's like everybody can project.
Right.
In some type of way.
Exactly. Fact is that guitar is your primary instrument.
Guitar is my baby.
And you've I know that we're constantly evolving and growing and getting better, but you've perfected the guitar from my hearing. It's like you've perfected it to a certain level to be like, okay, that is completely sonically appeasing.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I think it's really just about communication. Like, this is just a way to communicate things. Yeah. I'm Sicilian already. I took my grandma's last name, Sedita. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that means 6 fingers.
Okay.
In Italian, in Sicilian, right? Yeah. And Nicholas, or Nicola, which is the Italian way to say Nicholas, means leader of the people. So that means 6 fingers, leader of the people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I like what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, ambidextrous can do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Can be multiple things. But like, I'm just trying to lead by, showing light and love. Yeah. And the way I do that is music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you do it beautifully.
And so guitar has just always been the easiest way to connect in with that for me.
Because you put in your 10,000 hours.
I can't even. Because I just did the math. Somebody asked me, they was like, oh, yeah, Nick, how long you been playing? I was like, I'm going on 16 years of this.
Yeah, that's why I say,
I was like, when did that happen?
You've perfected it to a certain point. And like I said, I know that we're always growing and learning more and being better at what we do and learning different things. So, and you're young, so I know that you have a ways to go to where you would be like, I'm a professional. Yeah,
I look at
you definitely a professional.
I look at it like athletes look at their sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like people like Jason Tatum. I like people like Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? But they are starting to get a little older. They're like, my age. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, even my dog, Marshawn Lattimore.
But as a football player.
Yeah, as a football player. He he's the exact same age as me.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's been doing it for like 6 years now and crushing it. And it's like, I always kind of like locked in with him and Kamara as well. You know, it's like, I just kind of lock in with that, and I see how athletes are looking at like their game, because it's similar with us. You know, and 26, you gotta be real about your situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look,
like,
the gas is pushing. Don't let up right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you in it. Don't let up on the gas. You driving.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but we still not, 21, fresh to the club no more.
Right.
Figuring out, like, we're still figuring out a lot, but like figuring out like, like, how do I do this America thing?
Right. Yeah.
How do I do this South thing? How do I do an LA thing if I move?
Right.
If I lived there for 7 years now, right?
I'm on 8.
Eight? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You've been doing it.
Yeah. Who would you say are your influences? You talk about George Clinton a lot.
Yeah, George Clinton. That's a character.
Yeah.
That's a character.
How does he influence what you do, or inspire you?
He a band leader.
Okay.
He lead the band. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's goofy. He knows how to delegate. You know what I'm saying? Bootsy, you can direct that. Like, you can hear that in different albums and different tracks. Like, don't even get me started on the P-Funk rabbit hole, y'all. But
it's a fire rabbit hole. If you ever get a chance to go down a P-Funk rabbit hole, please do it. Please do it. And I could even link documentaries on YouTube where
it's the gift that keeps on.
It really is. It really is. And then eventually you just be like, fuck, I just gotta stop because it's so much. But you reminded me that I gotta resume.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a fire rabbit hole. It really is. Into different musicians, everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I always liked about George Clinton.
Okay.
Is like he always knew how to, or he always tried his best to get like the best musicians he could around.
Yeah.
And try to manage a team.
Yeah.
And lead it. You know what I'm saying? Like, be in there writing.
Right.
Be in there, like.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing shrooms and smoking weed and whatever else they was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
These niggas tripping.
Right. But it's still leading, still getting the job done.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing that out of, all of their shenanigans, they still made amazing music. Music that timeless, that you could turn it on today, or you can literally go to the party and you will hear some P-Funk, or, even if it's a sample.
Right.
You gonna hear Parliament. You gonna hear P-Funk.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Another one that really influenced me, like, since we're talking about old school, right? Because, like, that really is what truly influences us. You know what I'm saying? Whether we realize it or not. Them taking samples, whatever, right? The Meters.
Meters.
The Meters.
Okay, you sent me something about the Meters, I think, recently.
The Meters, like, that's a foundational funk band.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? From New Orleans. So.
Okay.